The U.S. and South Korea cutting short their annual joint drills at the request Seoul confirms now of the U.S. president. The Ulchi Freedom Shield exercise began on Monday and will now end this Friday. That's 5 days shorter than the planned 11. Some field training exercises also scaled back. And the second phase of the exercise focused on counter-offensive operations, reportedly scrapped. South Korea's foreign minister says Seoul received no advance notice of Mr. Trump's order before he posted on a social media site. Cho Hyun said the U.S. leader's directive appeared to put pressure on Seoul over several issues, including calls for greater support for Washington's war on Iran. Pyongyang, though, is still condemning the drills, North Korean state media calling them an immediate and open threat, accusing the allies of being warmongers and raising tensions on the Korean peninsula. The U.S. president reportedly pushing for a meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. The Wall Street Journal says Mr. Trump hopes to meet Mr. Kim this autumn, possibly during a November trip to Asia for the APEC summit. CNN senior correspondent Lim Yoon-suk looks at possible reasons for that move from Donald Trump.
It looks like there may have been, several reasons behind that decision. And in fact, Foreign Minister Cho Hyun was actually pressed on that exact question at a parliamentary hearing at the National Assembly. Now, during that session, he pointed to several factors and not just one, and that includes the possible trade issues between Seoul and Washington. Because South Korea did promise $350 billion in investment in the United States. But so far, only, a part of that, around $150 billion has been assigned to an actual project, and that's shipbuilding. But there's still no details or specifics yet on the remaining $200 billion. Then there's this sensitive issue over South Korea's participation in the Iran conflict, including, possible support for U.S. efforts to protect shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, when lawmakers asked Minister Cho Hyun directly whether South Korea's reluctance to join the U.S. could be one of the reasons behind President Trump's decision to scale down the joint military drills, he did not dismiss the possibility, but also he didn't provide any details. Now, lawmakers from both the ruling party and the opposition grilled Minister Cho on this. Meanwhile, several lawmakers were also accusing the South Korean government of being caught completely off guard because South Korea only found out about that decision to downscale the military drills from Trump's own social media post. And that raises another concern here, whether South Korea is also being left out when, what South Koreans call here the Korea passing in talks between Washington and Pyongyang. But Foreign Minister Cho Hyun also made another point, which I thought was very interesting, because he did say that, although the military drills were shortened, the North Korean angle remains very important and that South Korea should seize this rare opportunity and work closely with the United States to move the U.S.-North Korea talks forward. And that sounded as if, if shortening the military drills can help bring North Korea back to the negotiating table, then South Korea is seeing this as an opportunity here rather than simply a setback.